Now broadcasting from the Next Gen Conservative Studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report with Sam Whitfield.
Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Whitfield Report. I am your host, Sam Whitfield, broadcasting here live. You know that whole spiel. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is pretty special. I'm celebrating 14 years of podcasting. Now, to be clear on that, it's not 14 years of the Whitfield Report, but it's 14 years of me just podcasting in general. This show has had many different interpretations over the years and kind of revisions and whatnot. So I guess we're going to dive into that somewhat. Honestly, I don't have any show prep that I've done for this. But we're going to have a couple people joining us for the show, such as our friend Alex. And I if this is the Alex I'm thinking of from Versa Media, he'll be joining us here just momentarily. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. So, yeah, I've known you and Sean for about 5 years now, I think.
Yeah, something like that. It's been a hell of a ride, you know.
So, yeah, man. Thanks for dropping by. So, what have you been up to as of late?
Oh, I haven't been doing too much lately. You know, I've been I've been busy with work. It's been a long and fun journey with that. You know, I try to go and try to learn what I can from like about the news and stuff and try to keep up with that. It's just so depressing now. It's all this stupid war crap going on, and no one has any what's the word for it, nuance with it. Everyone's either anti, and so like, oh, Russia's like super terrible, and like, I mean, yeah, they're screwing up, they're not the best, but like people like I've seen people literally talk about like letting Zelensky fuck their wife, like unironically.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, I mean, so technically, I guess technically yesterday, I've been doing podcasting for 14 years now. So yesterday is technically my anniversary. But I was thinking just about how like weird the whole political space has gotten even since Whoop lost my earbud. That certainly won't appear on any bloopers, I'm sure. But I was just thinking how I was thinking today about how like weird this whole space has gotten. Not just politically, but like we went from like uh you know things being like pretty clear on the political spectrum to like now we have like Gamergate people like infesting politics and whatnot, and like you said, people are like who are clearly unfit to like even fight in wars, like giving ideas on what we should do policy wise. So it's just weird.
Yeah, that stuff's it's bewildered me, like the amount of just people who have all these opinions with that stuff, and they're just like, oh yeah, let's go to war over here, and they're not going to be the ones actually doing it. We just got out of Afghanistan, and now we have people who think that they can that we want to go right back into new one, like, oh yeah, let's go and give all the weapons to Ukraine. There's nothing bad could happen from that. It's like, come on,
Yeah,
people.
I think I don't know if I think I told you and Sean this, but it's weird because I was actually accused like 4 weeks ago or so by some old boomer conservative of of being a communist sympathizer because I didn't want to go um, to war with Russia. And her excuse was, well, because you don't want to fight in Russia, you're allowing communism to spread. And I'm
Yeah, but
like,
they're not even communist anymore. They haven't been communists since what was that, like the end of the Cold War. They're just authoritarian.
yeah. Well, and then the other thing too is people are extremely naive if if they don't think that communism is already here, they're naive. I mean, it's been maybe not like, well, I mean, it's pretty out in the open now, but like the communists have, infiltrated academia and whatnot, and Hollywood, and I mean, I know that at this point, like that's not like a hot take anymore, but still, it's like it's funny when I hear all these boomer conservatives being like, "Oh, you want communism to come here, don't you?" And it's like, well, it's already here.
Yeah,
So
it's been here, and there's nothing. We're not stopping it anytime soon. That's the thing. We're not going to be stopping communism because we probably more homegrown communists over here and at like schools than anywhere else, and
yeah,
that's a sad thing.
yeah. Well, and then we have we have the extreme left, and then we have like these really like weirdo, like I don't even want to call them like conservatives because they're not, but like we have like these groypers who are now claiming that like being an incel is somehow based and that's going to save like Western civilization and whatnot. So
Yeah, and unironically, I think that the Groyper movement's pretty much dead at this point. Like I've seen a few of those what was it, like those Worski videos recently, and like they're imploding. Like after what was it? He was like starting to compare himself to like Hitler or something. Unironically, it's like, dude, you're never going to be able to make this into a legitimate political party. You do stuff like that.
yeah, um, I had on I had on Vicious Vickers last week, who's the father of Faith Vickers, who is the mother of one of Ethan Ralph's demon babies.
Yeah,
Um,
should I should have caught on for that one. Damn it.
I mean, it's a 2 hour show, and it's a 2 hour show, and it's very entertaining. But the thing about Mr. Vickers is like, aside from all the internet blood sports stuff, like he knows his stuff politically, and he said the one thing that's like fascinating for him to watch is like all of these like people like Ralph and Nick pretending to be like trad, but you have Ralph who wants to say Christ is king, but then he'll he's trying to get like three ways to happen.
Yeah, he's degenerate. He's always been degenerate. Because
Yeah.
like I've followed him since he had like the Ralph report back during Gamergate, Like that's where I first was exposed to him. Then I started to see his like blood sport stuff, and like the dude has problems. Like, and he's had these problems for a long time too. Like he ended up beating up some. He ended up beating someone up, if I'm not mistaken, like a police officer, and that's what originally got the Ralph Report shut down. Was the
My yeah, my exposure to Ralph, believe it or not, was relatively like recent in the long run. My first exposure to Ralph was from someone who originally thought that I knew who Ralph was, and they asked me if I had seen the short video, and like at first, like, I didn't really even like I had heard of Ralph's name, but like I didn't know who he was. So like the short video was like my first exposure, and I'm like, how does this guy have followers? So, but yeah, it's just weird. So
Yeah, you know what can you do? Like it's you get these like e celebs. Like that's I think what really that's a problem for like the modern conservative. Like I don't even know if I'd call it conservative, but like the new right is the rise of these like e celeb people. You know, they think
yeah,
that they're super like based and all this other stuff. In reality, they're the furthest thing from it. Like we have like Lauren Southern over there, and like I'm pretty sure everyone knows all that stuff that happened with her. You know.
yeah, it's yeah, and then like one thing that I always like is, oh well, you're just jealous of them because you're not famous like they are, and it's like, well, in the grand scheme of things, like they're not famous either. Like outside of the internet, like no one really knows who they are outside of YouTube and whatnot. So, but anyway, we have some people in chat here. Chuck says Sam Mule. Blaze says, "Hey Sam, congrats," and thank you, Blaze. Fat Cook Boy says, "Where's the Andrew Breitbart tribute you were going to do?" I'm still trying to get in touch with a guest to do that, but I did do like a one of those YouTube short videos. And then Giuseppe Diamante says, "What is this crap? Just kidding. What's going on, you goose?" And Year Old Coffee says, "I'm based, pro drug war, conservative, but goddamn, I wish I were on LSD right now." Well, I mean, depending on how you look at it, it seems like we're all kind of collectively on LSD with how wacky things have gotten. I don't know.
Yeah, we're living in clown world. It's like one thing after the other. Like we just got done the COVID nonsense, and now we're seeing potentially World War III, and we're seeing the just nonsense going on with all this. It's bewildering. Like just the amount of weird things going on in the political scene, in the political world, and just the world
Yeah,
in general too. Like just think about it. Like we had like the whole COVID thing. Like that's insane. Like if you would have told me like back when I was a kid that this would happen in 2020, I would have thought you were joking. This is I think unprecedented, and we're still having that. And now it's getting even worse with like they're saying there's another variant again, like from China. Like there was like the Delta Cron, I think is the name for it now. It's like, come on, can we catch a fucking break?
well, and I mean, what's weird with the whole COVID thing is it's like obviously there are going to be new variants that come out because that's how viruses work. Like the flu gets new variants like every year, but like no one talks about it because the flu has been around since 1918. Um, Oh shit, Phil's here. What's up, you old geezer?
What's going on?
Hey, Phil.
What's up? Yo,
Um,
congratulations, Sammy. 14 years. Holy shitballs, man.
th- thank you.
I have never had one relationship last that fucking long. I'm just letting you know that right now.
Well, I mean, to be fair, neither have I. Um, but I mean, I guess if we count the audience, as a relationship, that is a pretty long
Look,
run. So.
to be fair, I can't stand the presence of a woman enough, even close to that long, to keep a relationship that fucking long.
Oh my God.
Don't now, Phil. Don't be going full Nick Fuente.
Nope.
Uh-oh. Did we
Oh
lose
shit!
Sam?
Did we just lose the main guy? Holy shit!
Oh shit, post porn.
Okay, and yeah, it once again, just like clockwork. Streamlabs needs to fix their shit. So
Yeah, I was like, holy God! I'm like, yo, we lost the main guy. How is this possible? Like, yo, this is. No, anyway, sorry.
They
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, you know.
So yeah, this new app called Melon app is it's a good overall. It's pretty good, but for whatever reason, it always clicks off for like 0.5 seconds or however many long, whenever I'm doing a stream. Anyway, though, um, so yeah, I mean, look, I know that you're misogynist, Phil, and I know I'm a misogynist, and Alex probably is too. But
It's not so much that. It's like, dude, I know, like, I can't be around. I don't think I could be around anybody for that fucking long without wanting to kill myself. Like, it's just like, there's so much, like, I can't, like, hearing somebody talk to that, like, so I can't even dudes. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Give me some space, man. Much less a chick. Oh my God. All the nagging and whining and, the amount of sex deteriorates over time. That like, I'm like, no, I need something new. This is bullshit.
what well, I mean, granted though, there are some really there women are better to look at than
No.
men
Here's the thing.
over time.
Here's the thing that fucks with all of us. Okay, pussy is the greatest thing. Is the greatest thing ever. Okay, ever. Like there's no amount of drug. There's no amount of extreme sport or rush that you will ever get that will even come close. And yeah, and yes, Joe Rogan had that joke before I did. So yeah, but in any case, it's still it's like it's the greatest thing ever, and but it comes with a price. I mean, it just comes with a price. It comes with either via money, drugs, or just a long-term investment, which I don't know. But I mean, so you have to take that risk. It's a calculated risk, okay? When you make that risk, you have to weigh it, okay? And I don't know. I mean, I haven't found anybody worth taking that leap, so to say.
Yeah, so your old your old coffee in the chat says this show explores the big ideas. Hey, we're venturing into we're getting down to the real brass
That's right.
tacks here.
This is
I mean,
yes, this is a podcast, but it's more of an educational seminar, okay? And so we're going to be sharing this with you for the next 2 hours. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, you know, if you find that certain special someone, great, go for it, okay? I'm just saying that you're probably going to get sick of her and leave her. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. I just need to find someone who you know who well, who doesn't try and throw water in my face when they see that I have a Trump pin on my lapel, because that happened to me once. And then also.
I will stick to this. The girl, if you're with a chick and you want to get rid of her, the best way of getting rid of her is telling her you're a Trump supporter. Best thing. It doesn't matter if you are or not. I'm telling you, the best way to lose a chick is tell her you're a Trump supporter. She will immediately leave.
Well, it depends on what coast you're on, though, too.
Yeah, if you're in Florida, you probably find a bunch of base girls over there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Although this did happen in Florida, but granted, I was also on a college campus, so who knows? But yeah.
Damn, 14 years, Sammy. 14 fucking years. That is incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it is incredible, but at the same time, like, I was listening to some of my old shows, and I'll admit some of them are pretty cringe, because I'm 14, but my voice didn't crack until I was like 15. So I sound like I sound like a fucking kid when I first started doing this thing. And I looked like a kid for a long ass time. Really until I was 20.
See, you should have started smoking at 13. That way you would have sounded a lot more.
Exactly.
That's how you do it.
Well, the funny thing is I was in men's choir freshman year, because it was either in my high school, it was either that, or you had to take like some art class or something. So, and I'm shit at drawing, so my voice literally went from like a kid's voice to just this overnight. So it was really weird, because I looked like a kid, but I sounded like I was like in my mid-30s or something. So, but yeah, 14 years, and I've stumbled into some weird circles. I'll say that.
Yeah, you stumbled onto me, man. That's about as weird as it fucking gets. Holy shit.
Well, okay. So the funny thing about me meeting you is I met you through Jeff Hamill, who used to co-host the show and who used to be a conservative, and then he
went the crazy train.
Yeah, he won the crazy train, and on the off chance that he's watching and listening to this, which he probably will be, come home, Jeff. That's all I'm saying. Come home.
Yeah, didn't he block you, Phil? Didn't he go like crazy or some shit like that? And just
I don't know if he maybe, I don't know. He definitely unfollowed me. That's definitely for sure.
I know that he left the Versa Discord. The funny thing is I invited him to come on here, and he I invited him to come on here, not to this stream, but just onto the podcast in general. And he said, "Well, I'd love to come on, but he said, I don't want to come on when that Apex Gamma guy is on." And the reason being is because Apex back in back in June had like a gay pride flag on his profile, but it was in the shape of like a swastika. So he had like he had like a pride swastika as his profile
That's funny.
picture. And I mean, it was a troll, but Jeff's whole thing is, nah, fuck that. Anyone who anyone who has like a swastika on their profile pic, even if it's like satire, they can just go fuck themselves. So, and I don't know why that happened. Also, Apex should be here, but I have no idea where he is. So, oh, he just DM'd me and said, "Fuck me, I've gotta update the Chrome app on my phone." Oh yeah, folks. So the stream from last week killed Apex's laptop, so he has to stream from his phone again, just like when he first started co-hosting. So I guess he'll be here eventually. But anyway, so
I mean, as soon as I saw the tweet saying that you were celebrating 14 years, I'm like, God, I gotta. All right, I gotta show up. I gotta at least say something stupid, because that's what I do.
Well,
I say stupid shit.
You guys are welcome to hang out here for the entire span of the show. Who knows how long this will go on? This is kind of an AMA thing, so do you guys have any questions for me?
So do you? Okay, so I got one. So personally, okay, since you look so young, okay, like seriously, you don't even look old enough to buy cigarettes. Well, actually, and I'm talking even before they switched the age to 21. So do you get your youth from your wheelchair? That's basically what I'm trying to ask. Do you get it?
Oh, do I get my youth from my wheelchair?
Is your wheelchair like your fountain of youth, or like your red choker or whatever? Like what was it, the fucking the choker on Game of Thrones, the fucking the
yeah.
Well, see, he doesn't have to power his legs. That allows him to conserve energy and live longer.
Oh yeah, you mean the choker, like the one the red woman.
Yeah, the fire lady. The one that always showed her tits.
Yeah. Well, I mean that let's be fair though. That's like 90% of the women on that show, at least for the first few seasons.
Hey, that's one of the reasons I started watching it.
Well, yeah, I mean, what was there any other reason why people watched that show? That's what I want to know. No, I mean, so the wheelchair is partially responsible for my fountain of youth, but the other thing is listen, I have like a water purification system that purifies leftist tears.
Oh, did he buy it from Infowars.com?
Yes,
Yeah.
I bought it from Infowars store.com. Promo code Alex or something like that.
Because I also heard somewhere that Nancy Pelosi was going to try to buy your wheelchair, and in hopes that she would somehow look younger. Like that was she was supposed to, because she looks like seriously, like she's already like, how old is that old bag anyway? I think she's like 60, 70, something like that. But she looks like she's like she looks like a mummy without the fucking wrap Like it's just like nothing but like a ghoulish skeleton figure.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about the wheelchair, the rate machine, as Apex likes to refer to as. I mean, first off, Nancy Pelosi can't afford to buy it. But even if she,
What? Are you sure? She's
Yeah,
been
she's
making
got a lot of money.
She's been making a lot of moves lately.
well, yeah, I mean there is that. But here's the other thing though. Okay, let's say she were able to like buy it, or knowing the government, she would probably just send in the ATF to like seize it from me or something like that. Even if something like that were to happen, um, the wheelchair won't work because it's genetically encoded
Ah,
to me. So like
there you go.
it would basically just like it would be use
What?
it would
So
it would
what
be
if she stole
useless.
you? What if she stole your blood? Like they. So I know this is some real Alex Jones type shit, but like, what if she like just took your blood in the middle of the night, just like took a couple
A
vials,
vampire.
and then yeah,
Like
but
the
it's like
adrenochrome.
it is, but it's like an Alex Jones thing where they're taking blood from babies or whatever, and like
Well,
this.
listen. I thought about that, and so I developed like counter. Yeah, and so there are countermeasures. For that.
An anti-democrat device. It sees your political party.
Well, and also, I mean, keep in mind too that the thing was forged from like a long line of mystics, according to Apex. What from what Apex helped me like rediscover. So, like, it's also sentient enough in a way it can like detect demon, interdimensional pedophiles that smell like sulfur, which I think that describes Nancy as well, somewhat. So um I'm surprised Bill Clinton hasn't tried to buy it. So
Or Hillary, yikes.
Ugh. Nah, I don't think he wants her to live any longer.
well, no, I was just gonna say Bill probably wants so he can chase chicks around, and
I got to get this thing back up again.
okay. Oh yeah, Apex says Santa let me in, bitch. Okay, well, since you asked so nicely, Apex, I will send you the DM. Um, okay.
I'm stalking your DMs.
Sliding in there.
I'm sliding in those DMs.
Phil, you can slide into my DMs anytime.
I love it when you talk dirty to me, young man.
Listen. Apex and I already have a thing according to the Gamma Secret Kings the subreddit from what
Of course it's Reddit.
Okay. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Well, we should you know what? We should play a thumbs up, thumbs down. We should start looking up girls and then seeing thumbs up, thumbs down.
Sure, we could do. Well, we might have to be careful about that because I don't want to get this stream booted off YouTube.
Oh yeah. Oh, because
It's ableist.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, come on. 14 years is too long for this fucking kid. Let's get some cancel culture on this.
Yeah,
this
let's
fucking
go.
wheelchair
Let's get this dude canceled, all right?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, dude, 14
Yeah.
years. Yeah, that's an interesting number it landed on.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, hello Gamma. How are you?
Hi, guys.
What's
I'm doing
happening,
all right.
Gamma?
Do I sound okay? I'm using my DeWalt Bluetooth headset.
It does sound a little scruggly.
Okay, hold on. Time out.
You sound.
Let's see. Is that better? Timeout.
That's a little bit
Audio
better.
settings.
Yes, it sounds
Not
better.
Bluetooth.
Better? Hello? Check.
Yeah, it sounds better.
Okay. We're going to stick with the speakerphone then. God damn it. I'll just yell into my phone like I used to.
There you go.
All right, sorry.
Though, Apex, that's how I used to sound when I did the show on Blog Talk Radio.
Well, yeah, but we all evolved, Sammy. See, you used to do that on Blog Talk Radio. I used to scream into my phone as your co-host at the beginning of this, in particular at the beginning of the quote-unquote pandemic. And then I invested some of my Trump bucks into fancy audio equipment that I can't use because my laptop is fucking 13 years old.
Because Mr. Vickers killed it.
Mr. Vickers stream, literally right after the Vickers stream, it died. But it turns out it's just the power cable, which is an Amazon China special. I can't find it anywhere other than Amazon, so I've got one coming, but it doesn't help me tonight. Anyway, congratulations, Sammy, on 14 years. What are the weird questions you've been asked so far? What have the boys been up to here?
I've been asked about, could Nancy Pelosi steal the rape chair, and I was trying to explain to them that no, she couldn't because it's genetically encoded to me. And even if they were to like, and even if that bitch were to steal a sample of my blood, it still wouldn't work because like I have to be alive somehow.
Yeah, there's like a dead look. People they severely underestimate the rape chair, the assault chair. It's beyond what most people expect. But yeah, no, I don't suspect. I would like to see her die trying to steal your wheelchair.
I just like to see her die. I mean,
Well, look, I was trying to frame it a little more ambiguously, but yeah, me too.
5 minutes from now, the FBI shows up at my door and just kicks in.
I actually Googled assault wheelchairs, and I found that. I'm sure, Sammy, you've probably seen him, but there's that fella that puts tank tracks on wheelchairs, and I mean, he's mounted like miniguns and shit to him. Knock it off. And I was trying to come up with. I was trying to use that somehow, but it just was funny, and I never even tagged you in any tweets because I'm lazy.
No, I did see one of those. I did see one of those assault wheelchairs. I think we actually found one of them on one of the streams that you and I did with Semper Reloaded a long time ago.
That sounds about right.
So, anyway, though, yeah, I mean, so it's been 14 years for me, but also it was around this time during the pandemic that you became my co-host, and then not too long after that, YouTube decided to yeet your original channel.
That is correct. That's a good memory. I mean, I remembered the joining you because when the pandemic shit popped up, I was already popping on the Whitfield Report somewhat regularly, but it wasn't that consistent. It was around this time that I was like, I have changed my schedule to have Saturdays off to make sure I can do this because I enjoy doing it.
Well,
and there's been a lot of drunken nonsense since then, but it's been fun.
Well, you and I met. I was kind of going over how I met Phil and Alex through a friend who used to co-host the show, who is also coincidentally named Jeff.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like me.
He doesn't. He's never met you, but he does. He's decided he doesn't like you because
my jokes aren't funny. My jokes aren't funny, therefore I'm a bad person.
It's funny, it's only the people on the left who tend to like unfriend people for politics.
Yeah,
Only
Yep.
sad leftists.
Yeah, no, his reasoning for refusing to do a show, because Sammy tagged him on Twitter like, "Hey, I would love for my former co-host and my current co-host to do a show together," and his immediate response was, "I will never interact with anyone that posts swastikas on their social media, unironically or not." And I was like, "Wow, you sound fun, dude. That's a shame. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we can't be friends. You sound really cool." But he was referring to the parody of the tranny flag, with the little triangle on the left side. If you mirror it around it, it literally makes a swastika. So for Pride Month, that's what I do. It's funny. It's funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he went full leftist.
No, that's the funny thing. There actually is, not on this channel, but if you just on one of my I might have to re-upload the video to this channel, but there actually is footage of when he was my co-host back when the show was called the Whitfield Analysis, and he was pretty he was like very conservative at that point, like a big Mark Levin fan. So,
bro, the Whitfield Analysis Tonight, shortened to twat.
Should cut that.
Come on, let's rebrand again.
Okay. The reason why I changed the name from the Whitfield Analysis to the Whitfield Report was partially because typing in the Whitfield Analysis, like the website name, that was just like super long, but also around like 2013, 2014, trolls just started calling it the Whitfield Anal. So,
damn.
Well, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's funny. That gets all press is good press.
It just means you're the shit. That's all.
Yeah.
but
yeah.
But twat, I actually, you know what? We might have a rebrand coming up.
The Whitfield Analysis Tonight. Twat.
Although, yeah.
We love twat up in this bitch, you know?
You know what you should do? You should go and find all the like edgy shit that Jeff said before he was like a leftist, and like just make that a blooper reel.
Yeah.
I was going to say compare it to all the edgy shit that I've said, but I don't think that would be favorable for me.
And then every time, like we pop the stupid shit up, like on the sociology classes and shit like that. Go bloop. Here we go. There you go. Anytime he's like claiming to be fighting for like, equality or some shit, like, oh, here's what you said here. Bloop.
You know what's funny is he always like sends me DMs and is like rolling and like rolls his eyes whenever I horny tweet, quote unquote.
Why are you doing that? Why are you horny tweeting?
Which makes him want to do it more.
Because he's crippled. All right, look, he deserves it. All right, it's the only reason I allow it. But go ahead.
I don't like when you make horny messages with women and boobs and butts. Ew.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
Fucking gross, dude.
Oh shit.
Yucky vagina. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Is that a woman's vagina right there?
That's not quite how he sounds, but close enough, which is why I'm laughing.
I'm gonna blame Phil for that.
Go ahead, blame me all day long. I'm good.
yeah. I either get that, or I either get like, I either get like the really like furry, like the super cringy religious right people are like, well, Trump slept with XYZ amount of women, so
Base.
They're
he's
just
not.
mad. These fuckers are just mad. Anybody that says anything negative about that shit is just mad because they never got to do what he did. Like, because
Oh,
if they had the chance to sleep with some of the women that Donald Trump has, they would have done it in a heartbeat. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm pure. I would never do anything like that." But then but then if any of those supermodels were like, "Take me now," they'd be doing the fucking Bruce Almighty, like, let's go.
you,
All right.
what was funny is way back when Herman Cain was like running back in 2012. He was like the first like base black guy that I know of, and he could have beaten Obama actually, as opposed to Mitt Romney, which, oh god, that's another rant for another time. But it was found out that he had like had an affair with like his secretary for like 25 years, and she was good looking, but oh no, we can't have that because, oh my god, that's too much. Which is, again, the Republicans can eat a bag of dicks, just
I think
like,
it's really funny, watching in real time, which I mean, I guess has happened forever, but it feels more stark for me when you go back to Trump's presidency and all the shit we were laughing at the leftists, and me in particular. I can only really speak for myself, but the whole, fuck Trump and just all the things that the leftists said that are now mirrored by the right for Joe Biden, and they can, in many ways, can justifiably be framed in both cases. A lot of them on both sides are bullshit. They're
yeah,
subjective arguments. They're people, preaching for their tribe. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just
Their
advocating
tribe.
for it.
Echo, echo,
Right.
echo.
Yep.
But I find it kind of funny watching the actual country and the world burn, and these people, it's so many people being like, well, Biden's doing a good job. I personally have not seen much of that in real life. Most everybody I know hates that man and would like to see him die, on TV preferably. But the people there, I do know people that are like, he inherited problems. Trump did all this damage and blah 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 blah. They still, there's still the blame. Trump did the same thing. He inherited problems from Obama, and Obama inherited problems from Bush, and the shit goes down the fucking line. It's just
yeah,
amazing to watch people who were so vehement just a couple years ago not realize that they're on this. The fence is in the same place. They've just changed sides, as far as reasons for defending their position, and they have no ability to see it whatsoever. I find that really fascinating and kind of terrifying, to be honest with you. I don't
well,
know if
and
any of that made sense to you guys, but
Oh yeah.
Well, and then one thing that's like weird to me too is like my opinions on some stuff have like changed over time, obviously, as I've gotten older. Not radically in a lot of cases, but I always find it like weird when people are like, oh, well, you used to have this opinion and now you have, this opinion. Like, what changed? Like, I'll give you a
well,
perfect.
look, hold on. Let me answer that for you as your co-host. You grew up. You were a
Yeah,
fucking child. That's the whole point of this show, Sammy. You've been doing this for 14 years. You posted a picture earlier on Twitter from 2009. You look fucking 7 years old. You look like you just came home from church. You know what I mean? Like, you look
Yeah.
suave as fuck. You're a handsome little fella, but you look young. You look very young. And you've been doing this since then. And in particular, analyzing politics and giving your opinion on them as best as you could. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make excuses for things you may or may not have said in those times. And even since I've been your co-host, you're your own person, bro. But even I come mostly to the internet to shitpost and to have a laugh and to make other people laugh, you know. But that's go ahead.
Which is funny because like I feel like I've embraced a lot more of that, especially in the last like 2 to 3 years, and part of that might be a bit because of you, but also just because the whole thing, as Alex and I were talking at when this show first started, is shit's just gotten whack as fuck in the world, so why not laugh at it?
You know, I feel like I do this every time I'm on with the Versa Media boys. But Alex, you're the seminal or the semi blood sports fan, correct?
Yes.
Or is that the other one? Okay, it is Alex. I thought so. Okay, so yeah, so you've been watching all that go on lately too. That has been a ripe.
Oh, dude! Like
that has been a ripe time.
Monday Matt, man, like the like arc on him, like holy crap! Yeah, that was
Incredible.
funny watching it, like watching it go full circle. Like Ethan Ralph was the one that like kicked him off the internet, and now he's doing it to fucking Ralph. And like Mr. Mediker's there too, and he's kind of doing his thing, which I love. Yeah, that's gonna be a sad day whenever he goes. That's gonna be a real sad day because he's got cancer or whatever. So God knows,
Well, I have faith in Kill All Pedos to live, to make sure that Jim's memory lives on. He was doing so before Jim even is dead, so making the videos that Jim wouldn't. But anyway, this is supposed to be about Sammy. Have you guys asked him any hard questions?
Phil asked me about the rape.
Well, I asked it. Yeah, because I felt like the rape. I think the reason why he looks so young is the power of the rape chair, and because of that,
100%.
Right,
100%.
Right, and so that's why I was saying you know that Nancy Pelosi was trying to buy your rape chair, right? Just because she looks, it was a joke because she looks old and ghoulish, and she's trying to use anything, grab hold of anything to make her look young again.
You know what would be a funny edit is that guy that stole Pelosi's podium. If you took that picture and edited a wheelchair in place of the podium, and then put Pelosi's face on that guy.
He steals it to make up for restitution for because he stole the podium or some shit.
Yeah,
that would be funny.
No. I was saying making it look like Pelosi stealing Sammy's wheelchair, but it's the guy. It's like an edit of the guy stealing Pelosi's podium.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny too.
Anyway, Sammy, I know you've answered this before, but for the uninitiated, you've had cerebral palsy since you were born, right? You've been crippled since you were born?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you want to get technical about it, like 2 weeks after I was born, but yes.
I mean, that's since you were born. Okay. And how much of your lower half doesn't work? Like, can you move your toes? Can you?
You're asking if he can
your dick works, right?
Can he move his ding dong?
Does your dick work? Is I think what the people want to know.
Okay. First off, if I had $1 for every time someone asked me that question over my lifespan, I'd probably be able to afford like a private jet on 24 hours.
You'd probably have $25 at least, right?
More than that, probably.
Well, listen, Sammy, I am doing my co-host job here. I've never asked you this question because I don't give a shit. I've actually never considered it.
And if you were a woman, my answer would be, well, why didn't you come over here and find out?
Sammy, look, you don't have to lie to the people. You told me that the first time I asked you in private. No, but look, we're doing this. We're doing this 14-year anniversary thing, bro. So the people, there may be people listening that have never heard Jeremy's degenerate ass or any of the other degenerates that have come on here and been like, "Hey, Sammy, does your fucking dick work? You crippled fucking piece of shit." Or whatever.
That's true. Which by the way, that guy disappeared into the ether. I'm not sure. I think his wife finally killed him. Maybe. So
Yeah, I'm not up to date on that board.
Fucking Larry in the chat. Oh my god, I love Larry. That is very funny.
I get asked the same question.
Can we? I don't. Is it appropriate to break that down for the audience? Why that's funny?
Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. We listen, dude. There's so much lore to the show now that
I know. I love it.
Breaking down. So
we left appropriate long time ago. We just got to roll with it now.
Well, okay. Well, Larry says sure, but the short of it is Larry is the transgender piano teacher that Owen Benjamin has referenced for years. His first experience with people of trans, whatever, gay people, transgender, etc. He is quite awesome, and he. We were just talking about Sammy's dick and if it works, and he's asked the same question all the time.
Yeah, it's the one.
I'm sorry.
The one question that I've been asked a lot is the one question I get asked within the past 2 years is how'd you go from talking politics to covering Owen and blood sports and all of that shit? And I don't even know how I got here. It just happened.
Well, to be honest with you, Sammy, that's a question that I'm glad you asked or you bring that up because that's how we met. But I've never actually known the answer to that. You were in what was known as the DZ, a tight-knit community that I'm certain is still thriving. I didn't really meet you until I was invited into the same group after making, several Owen videos on my own recourse, whatever.
Yeah.
And, that's where I came upon your streams. And I think, anyway, none of that really matters. But aside from the fact that I always wondered how you became involved with it. And as a normal person that didn't feel like I fit into these internet people, but end up in the same group talking about and analyzing the same person, I feel like that's sort of why I gravitated towards you. Yeah. On top of the fact that you did, your own show. And to be honest with you, I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed bullying you into taking your shirt off along with Eric and everybody else in chat back in those days, all the other wrenches. But it seemed like you needed help, and I wanted to help.
Which I appreciate.
That's actually not why I brought it up at all. But I've strayed so far from my point as usual. I don't remember. So go ahead.
So I think your question was, how did I discover Owen? Right? That was your
sort of. Yes, it was more of it was a little more in depth than that. How did you get involved in all of this shit in the first place? But yes, how did you discover Owen, and how did you fall into the DZ and all that shit?
Okay, so I'll try and keep this as concise as possible. But long story short, I back when I moved to Florida, and Jeff, the guy who has now turned liberal, was still conservative. He was one of the first people who kind of turned me on to Steven Crowder. Um, and what a lot of people might not know is before Steven Crowder was on YouTube, he just did like a standard podcast slash like a AM radio show in Michigan, which is where he was living for like a long time.
Well,
So
and before that, he was a voice on Arthur, I think, too. But
that's actually what he's famous for. But anyway, so
I think that's where he gets his money from. But anyway, go ahead.
so that's where that's where he made his money from, is being a child actor actually.
Wait, was
But
he actually Arthur itself, or
no,
No, he was one of the
he played the
potatoes.
he,
what?
pl-
One of the potato looking characters, I think.
I think he either played like one of the rabbits or whatever.
Buster Bunny or whatever the fuck his name was.
I think he played the brain or whatever that character. He played the. Someone in chat will probably Google that for sure.
He was a fucking
Somewhere.
nerd. But he was a little nerd.
But yeah, so basically, I started listening to Crowder, and then when Crowder went on to YouTube, he started having Owen on, and I never watched the episodes with Owen, but like, I kind of kept hearing Owen's name being floated around. So then there was this one episode of the Joe Rogan experience where he had Owen on, and Kurt Metzger talked over Owen the entire time.
Yeah, because Kurt Metzger is funny and a man.
And
Good.
yeah, and this was also around the time when Owen was still on Twitter, and he called Anthony Jeselnik like a homosexual or something like that. I can't remember the exact tweet, but whatever it was kind of funny. So basically, he goes on Rogan's show, and Metzger talks over him the whole entire time. So I tweeted basically after I finished that show, like, I just finished this episode of the Joe Rogan with at Owen Connie and so. I didn't know much about Owen, and it's a real shame that Kurt talked over him, because I would like to know more about Owen. And so basically, I can't remember exactly who from Owen's camp like reached out to me, but someone did, and basically invited me to one of the first Discords, which I didn't even know what Discord was at the time. This was like 2018, I think. And then so I got invited to the Discord, and then the man now known as John Arcade,
Carlos Danger.
Yeah, Carlos Danger was, I guess, was looking up and was like, dude, and I guess like told Owen or told someone like, this kid interviewed Ben Shapiro, like, we've got to get him to talk to Owen, because Owen at that point was still relatively new to like the whole conservative thing, and so in a weird way, I was kind of, I guess, brought in to kind of help Owen navigate the waters, but that never really happened because I gravitated towards the danger zone more or less, because I thought they were cooler than Owen was, and that's where I met
and
Carlos
also
Danger
Wright
and Chuck and Wright, and all of those guys, and then you guys know the whole Nimmer store and whatnot, so we don't need to
Yeah,
You know,
I feel like
but
we're treading into dangerously boring territory here, Sam.
yeah, but long story short, it's all Joe Rogan's fault. So blame him.
Well, yeah, the thumb. How many Rogans tall are you, chat? Anyway, there was have you has anybody in this call heard or seen anything about the E-Celeb boxing tournament thing that's coming up?
Oh no, I've not heard of this. Who's fighting him?
No,
iDubbbz is fighting some YouTube doctor.
What? A YouTube doctor? That's a really interesting career choice.
Well, no, he's like a doctor that makes YouTube videos. I don't know. I'm fucking Dr. something. Dr. Michael or something. I can't remember.
Like a medical doctor or just like a doctor of like philosophy or some shit like that?
He's wearing scrubs in the little promo picture that I saw. So I'm assuming
he's probably a Joe Biden kind of doctor.
or the Jill Biden kind of doctor. Yeah. Yeah, so that's fun, but you guys have not heard about it. Let's see. Sam, tell us what it's like looking the same as you did at 7 years old, minus a hairline and plus a beard.
wow. Are you
14 years later? Yes, I'm throwing shots, motherfucker, because this is your anniversary show. We're supposed to be talking about you. On the best show I think we've ever done together, I talked about kicking you in the throat for like no real reason as a joke, but like there was no real joke there. So I'm I got to do my part here.
you want to well first off, the fact I still look youthful is pretty good because listen, I can
look minus a hairline plus a beard. So yes, it definitely works.
Listen, I'm not going bald. So
I never said that, sir. Hairlines dissipate. You've got plenty of hair on your head. It looks gorgeous. But you're older than you were 14 years ago. That's a fact. All right.
I am, and I'm a lot more handsome than I was. 14 years ago. I mean, look, it feels.
You were a cute little shit, and I'm sure there's a handful of people that would prefer you 14 years ago, but we don't want them around.
Yeah,
you'd be really popular at Hollywood parties.
We want the fat. We want the queers that want the grown-up Sammy, not the baby Sammy.
Yeah,
that's what we want in the chat.
Well, I mean, now.
Hold on! Don't you dare discriminate against the homos out there.
Listen, listen. There are only two homos that I care about, and neither of them are. I mean, they could be watching, but neither of them are in chat. One of them is Evil Eric, the gayest straight man I know, or the straightest gay man. Not sure which.
I miss him.
And then Carlos Danger himself, who,
Mr. Arcade.
He still does like community posts on YouTube. I know that. So.
So yeah, those are Sammy's boyfriends. Now that we've got that out of the way on his 14th anniversary, get to know Sammy show.
And Phil. I mean, let's not forget about Phil here. So.
Phil's he's your old daddy, right?
Yeah,
like your grandpa, like your mean grandpa.
Phil is actually older than you, actually, Apex.
That's fine.
I'm not sure if you.
I'm okay with that.
If you knew that.
I did know that.
Warfist, I did not call you a homo. But if you wanna if you want to think that, then I'm fine with that.
All right.
But
Okay.
no, it basically, to answer your question, it feels good to be handsome and still attractive to MILFs and whatnot.
Well, okay. How does it feel to be on the ground floor of yet another porcelain documentary in the forthcoming Mercumentary? How do you feel about that?
Were you involved with that?
Listen,
He's not. I don't think.
Listen here.
But he's been there since the beginning. He's certainly has seen most of what's going to be presented.
Listen here, you little crippled shit. I have more brand recognition than I have more brand recognition than you do. Listen, I'm friends with
I will be I will be surprised if Sammy's not featured in it somewhere because I know Porcelain's going deep. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up because I have no inside information whatsoever. But I think it's relevant to the recent developments that Mersh would do an entire show on this little show and make fun of Sammy for being crippled and all the other things that he did. That's pretty fascinating to me. And Sammy, look, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, here's what I can tell you from what I don't think I'm giving anything away, but basically what Porcelain has said is I am going to be featured, but there's so much.
Exactly. There's so much, but you will be. I could not imagine this documentary being made by Porcelain without you being in there.
Whoops. Yeah, I definitely am going to. Okay, where did Sean go? It said that he was in here and then he.
That is pretty dope, Sammy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty hyped for that.
No,
I just assumed so, but I'm hyped for the whole. Look, again, the reason I bring it up is I found out about Mersh and Royce through Owen, and I've said it many times on various shows, but particularly this one. Owen popped up into my YouTube feed when I happened to be watching shit on YouTube, and I somehow became caught up in, like, he said some real shit back in those days. This ex-comedian Hollywood guy, it was like, Hollywood's fucking evil. You know what you need to do is grow food. You need to make a family. You know, all these things that he still talks about, those are real things that people should worry about, you know? But it was all the other shit. And I watched the whole gummy thing go down, and I felt like I had a unique enough perspective to make some really shitty videos on my phone, and that's how I fell into this group. And then Mersh and Royce, as a result, popped into my YouTube feed making fun of Owen, and I watched some of that. And I also watched them turn heel on Alan the moment they felt threatened, and then admit to taking money from or making tons of money from Owen and wishing they had, done more of that kind of thing. Just a moral ambiguity that I personally had not seen, a brazenness about it. You know what I mean? Just swap their fucking opinions right in front of your face and spit and say, fuck you, dude. I didn't say that. And fuck you for thinking I did, even though I did.
Right.
Kind of thing. So
I mean,
I guess, anyway, go ahead.
What was amazing to me about when Mersh flipped on me, and you said this last week on Vickers, when we were with Vickers. You were the one who was shit talking him. I really wasn't even the only dig I made at him, which really bothered him.
That's right.
The only dig I made at him, which really bothered him, which makes it even funnier, is I said that Mersh has the relevance of Howard Stern, which, the joke is Howard Stern isn't relevant at all. for some reason that really, and I think it's because Merch wants to be like Howard Stern was back in like the 90s or something.
See, and I'm not even convinced of that. I mean, maybe subconsciously, I'm convinced that Mersch is like a microbe. He's gonna morph to whatever, and there will always be subsequent residue that will cling on as he moves along, and he will survive. And that's fine. I'm not saying Mersch is inherently a bad person. He certainly presents himself as a relatively amoral one on the internet, but I've never met him, and I don't think internet personalities and real life people are the same thing. As much as people try no matter how hard you try to portray yourself as yourself on the internet, it's never this. Look, it's never the same as real life content. It's never this. It's never the same. Period. Ever.
Yeah,
it may be close, but it's never the same.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm willing to grant you that it's close. I mean, let me put it this way. Do I think that Mersch is like an evil person? No. Do I think he's a good person? No. Do I think he's said I'm a bad he himself has admitted and said I'm a bad guy. So, I mean, based off what he himself has said,
Sammy, I have said a lot of terrible things about myself too, and a lot of them aren't true. But that doesn't mean they define me.
No, I'm
not going to bat for Mersch or Ralph or anybody here. I'm just saying, as a cautionary sort of thread, from an old man,
No, I'm not saying I'm perfect, either. I think though.
That's God's fault, though.
Well, yeah, that's. Well, if we really want to get into it's actually an idiot doctor's fault for.
Well, look, okay. Well, we can still come down to God. It was a joke at you being crippled. I was trying to make a joke at your expense because it's your 14th anniversary. All right. Actually, I do that anyway. But
yeah. Well, hey, look at it this way. My legs might not work, but the important thing that works that is down
your dick sure does, and guess what? So does that fucking chair, heavy quote unquote.
Yeah, that's why that's probably why Mersch hates me, is because like I've gotten some actual hot chicks in the past, and he he probably wishes he could be me or something like that. I don't know. So
hey, you know what? Yes, you bring up a good question, Sammy. Have you had
have I fucked?
No. Have you had requests for like lewd pictures? Yeah.
Have I had requests for
Have you sent? Have you had requests / have you sent? Because again, this is about asking you funny questions. This is what.
Okay, so
I'm thinking of uncomfortable.
This sounds more like blackmail than funny questions. I don't know, man.
No, I'm not asking to see those pictures. I don't want to see them.
Do you have some of those extra pictures?
Sammy, can I see the pictures you've sent to these girls? Can you show them to me?
No.
Any ones you have left would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, so.
I mean, a simple yes. You don't have to. It's simple yes or no. I'm not looking to make it that weird, bro. But you can make it as weird as you want. Go ahead.
Okay, so I will admit that like around 2015 or so, I did try Tinder briefly, and there was this one chick that I guess like had a thing for like guys in wheelchairs. So she asked for a dick pic. And me being kind of a troll, I thought it would be really funny if I sent her a picture of Dick Cheney. So I sent her that, and she was just like, I don't get it. I asked for a dick pic, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, it's the biggest dick in the world, man. Yeah.
yeah. I've got lots of dicks. I've got Dick Cheney. I've got Dick Nixon.
You should have found a picture of Dick Cheney's cock.
At least a Photoshop one, man. Come on.
You know what? I should have sent her a picture of a few years ago on Reddit. I can't even remember how I found it, but there was like a Photoshop of like Dick Cheney's face like on a penis. I should have sent her that. But so the answer is technically no, but yes.
Look, I got some new look, and I know, and it's funny that you mentioned that you were actually looking for Dick Cheney's actual penis, because I myself was looking for it one day, and yeah, no, I'm serious. Yeah, hey, it's it happens. Sometimes you just get a little curious, But so I was looking up real web, dark web. I was looking at all that stuff, and then I found it, right? And I found it. It was very weird.
Wait, there's a real Dick Cheney dick pic?
Yeah, there's a real.
Oh God!
No, I mean, I actually found his like physical dick, right? I actually found his physical dick.
Oh,
you never believe it, right?
It was on the dark web.
Yeah. Well, it was lodged in Liz Cheney's mouth. But anyway.
You never disappoint, Phil.
Disappoint. I was not sure where that was going. I thought we're talking like an old school 3D render, like a CAD drawing somebody made with lasers.
All Liz Cheney's doing at this juncture is just riding off the dick of her father, like, because she's just a horrible fucking, like, one of the worst. Like, just one of the worst politicians ever. And she's, you're fucking bad when you represent Wyoming and they fucking hate you. You're bad. Like, that's like Republican Central, right? It's like that in Utah, or like the Republican, like as deep Republican as it gets. And they hate you. And they don't even want you in the fucking Republican Party anymore. You fucked up when they're like, maybe you should just get away from us.
Yeah.
Then I have another very abrupt question before my dumb stone drunk ass forgets.
Go ahead.
How long, realistically, do you think you'll be doing this show?
Oh God.
How much longer? In your ideal world.
In my ideal world, I'd like to do this for at least another 15 to 20 years, maybe.
This show specifically, though.
Oh, this episode? Or...
No. This show, like the Whitfield Report on YouTube. This straight up podcast, like it is.
That's kind of hard to.
Let me ask a different way. Would you rather do this show as it stands for another 15 years, 14 years, double the time, and maybe,
Sure.
hopefully, ideally, gain some more support along the way? Or would you rather use what you have gained to transfer or pivot to some other platform, be it radio, be it TV, be it something else? Which would you rather do? Is it about money, or do you want to just do what you want to do? I would imagine it has a lot to do with money, because money makes the world go round.
I'm actually glad that you asked that because I mean, so when I first started doing the podcast, I formatted it kind of like a radio show. Like I even had like fake ads for like other podcasts and whatnot. I didn't really swear at all either because like basically I basically made like a giant demo reel, I guess, basically of shows basically to submit to different stations. I tried to do that when I was like 18 or so, but by then, and I actually had one of the local radio guys in Colorado try and talk to a station manager about actually getting me on. But by that point, like iHeartRadio had bought out all of the stations, and radio became corporate. And also, podcasting kind of ironically, what I had been doing with podcasting more or less started to kind of take over radio. So like as far like if I could pivot and get like more exposure, um maybe down the line I would like, but honestly I think kind of the web is the way that this thing is the way media is going. And so I mean the
Well,
other thing
I
the other
felt it
thing
wasn't. Go ahead. Go ahead.
the other thing too, and I don't, I guess this is going to kind of sound arrogant, but the one thing I've kind of noticed is that like a lot of these um a lot of these people who are around who are kind of like young conservatives, the ones that get like really big, they have like their 5 minutes of fame and then they kind of like flash, in the pan, right? Whereas
Sure.
like I've, whereas like I'm not like super famous or whatever, but people know me because I've just like been around, more or less.
Yeah,
So
staying power does have its merit, especially in these
so
days. Not being fickle does have it's very important actually to
so
stay on brand.
so basically, like as arrogant as this may sound, like I'm um like my rise to, I guess, fame or whatever you want to call it, which or whatever is going to
You're
be
not
as a
there
result
yet.
of
You're still on your way, but go ahead.
is going to be a result of me just kind of outlasting everyone in the field, I think.
So you're going the Jeb Bush route, the slow and steady.
Yeah, except I don't have my daddy killing my enemies
I like the slow and
with
steady.
with the CIA. Um, the other thing is, honestly, um, I mean, I could have become real famous with like the whole conservative ink crowd, but then I chose to throw my support behind Trump, and a lot of people that I was associated with before I knew Apex or any of you guys, they all became never Trumpers. Um, and I was told that that I would never have a job in politics or in media, and that they would make sure of that. So, you know, but none of them are around really either. So,
Well, see, I mean, I'm glad to hear you answer that way, because that's sort of what drew me to you in the first place. Because I felt like, and I've not done a good job. I will be the first to admit it. But you just need allies. You just need help. You need people to, producers of sorts. You can't do everything, you know.
well,
But extra voices and contentious voices but realistically, you need more people. You can't do it all by yourself. And
well, I mean, yeah, no, I think you're right about that. I mean, the one thing that I guess, um, I mean, the one thing that I think I have going for me too, and this is, I mean, I don't. This almost sounds cliche now to say that like the left-right paradigm is boring, but honestly, it is because like I don't really feel like I fit into the right exclusively or
nope.
to like the liberal, left side
Kind of
exclusively.
feels on purpose too. But yeah, I'm with you.
Um, like honestly, like all like I find it way more interesting to talk to, you guys about, e-dramas and whatnot, as opposed to, the latest conservative candidate who wants to talk about why Obama is, a bad man, or why we must save the republic from Joe Biden. Just the next generic like
Yeah.
talking point, and
I
that
I
shit.
have a shift in questions, since nobody else in this call is talking or asking questions.
Well, hold up. I was
Go
going to
ahead.
ask him something.
Go ahead.
How long do you have to live in Florida before you turn to a Florida man?
I mean, uh, listen. In a way, I mean, I would say about 6 years. I've kind of embraced the Florida man lifestyle. Um, I mean, I suppose it depends on your definition of Florida man too. Like, do you
The
mean
type
like,
that pops up on the news headlines. I think we all know what the Florida man is.
um, well, I mean, I'm not, I'm not there yet, but who knows?
Breaking news: wheelchaired Florida man breaks into liquor store and rapes all the female employees
He
and
tried.
takes all the top shelf liquor, and
He
is
tries to.
untraceable because he took all of the surveillance video. We only know he's crippled by eyewitness accounts.
By the fucking wheel, by the wheel marks on the
Yeah,
fucking
the
tried-
the burnout marks, the
Tries
burnout
to
marks
pay for
inside
bail.
of the store.
Tries to pay for bail and Sudafed.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I haven't become a Florida man yet. Honestly, when
Look, bro. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
honestly, when some of Merch's trolls were threatening to come to Florida to like, I guess, deal with me, I thought I was gonna have a Florida man moment then, honestly. But that never happened.
It's funny the
Well,
people
I
out
think
there
it would
making.
be all you need, Sammy, for a Florida man moment. It could be entirely scripted. You could be at the fucking zoo, but in your wheelchair, hold an alligator, a baby, even. You know what I mean? Just like hold it in your fucking hands and get it on video. And be like, "This is Sam Whitfield of the Whitfield Report, reporting from Florida. The gators are nice this time of year." or something, something gay like that, but like do it with like a reporter face and voice holding an alligator. Because they got the strongest bite downward, but they can't lift their mouths for shit. So you can hold that shit with a rubber band. There you go. See, that's your Florida man moment right there.
Yeah.
You could even use it as like a promo. Come at me, Mersh. I got my fucking gators on tap, 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 and you get hold it towards the camera there, tap, tap, tap. Like snap towards. Put some chicken on a lens, so they snap towards it.
The other thing I've been tempted to do, and of course now because of the coof, it hasn't happened. I was tempted to do like some
Sammy,
of those
hold on.
like
You're
spring
originally
break
from
videos.
Colorado. You're originally from Colorado, right?
Yes.
Born and raised. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Now continue.
I was really tempted to do like spring. I was really tempted to do like spring break videos. And we lost Gamma.
No, I'm here. I just muted because I was vaping and I'm on speakerphone.
We lost Phil.
Phil, yeah. Yeah, Larry says you need a swamp boat wheelchair, and I would protest that your chair has the ability to be a one of those fan boat things.
A hovercraft, you mean?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Sean, what's up? Oh, hold on, he's not.
Not quite here.
Okay, I think he's here now.
Oh fuck.
I see him, but
Live from the wage cage.
I see him, but I don't hear him.
I don't see him on the screen here.
He's having issues, I think.
Yeah, bro. You know what? We should contact one of these creator YouTubers that like fabricate shit. Be like, look, my buddy Sammy lives in Florida, and he hunts gators by hand. He really needs a flotation wheelchair with a fan in the back that can also walk on land. With like retractable robot feet. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever seen those like beach wheelchairs? Those ones you could probably modify that.
Yes, in fact,
I'm actually not familiar. Go ahead.
I have seen the beach wheelchairs. The only problem with them is a lot of them I can't self-propel.
Well, yeah, that's why you have the fan on the back.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? You could also put a parasail on that bitch. Just attach a parachute and you're fucking, you could skirt right along the sand.
That would be fun. You know what we holy crap. We should get Alex Jones on the show. Apex.
Dude, if any you could do it. You're crippled, you're handsome, you're charming. You just gotta send him a message, wide enough shot that your wheelchair's visible, and be like, Mr. Jones, I'm a big fan. Please come on my podcast. I would like to ask you some questions.
I want to know more about the interdimensional alien
space pedophile vampires.
Yeah, well, he probably wouldn't come on then. So you got to be a little more subtle than that, Sammy. Wait for me. Look, you be the good guy. You be good cop. I'll be the bad cop. I will ask the interdimensional sex demon questions. You bring him on and be like, how was it being in the media, a media subversive figure since the 90s, Mr. Jones? Well, Sammy, it's real tough. Sometimes they, especially lately during Obama, goddamn. That fucking queer.
Oh, that's actually oh, wage cut. Oh, I think we had this problem last time. For some reason, Sean's browser mic won't.
That's because he's using a Mac.
Yeah, because he's
Or
a
wait a second, or is he on his computer?
I'm using a Mac too. Oh wait, did I? Oh wait, no, that's just Apex. And
gay
he's
bombs.
Let's see. And Annabelle Rankin, holy crap, we have hi Annabelle. Alex Jones will be hilarious.
Oh my God! Hi, Annabelle. I missed you very much.
Our resident Australian. So, Apex, one question I wanted to ask you. In the time that you've been my co-host, what do you think is the best show that we've had?
Oh, I've actually thought about that recently, and I don't. Sorry for the flushing toilet, but I just peed. I want to say the Vickers interview, just because it's the most prominent figure we've had. But we also had Hoax Wars. Oh shit! We also had Milker Nation interview, which I think that was a very bad show. But I think that was the biggest get, and it's not. I don't think it's a secret anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm torn. I mean, the Vickers show was good because it was not super drunk. I have a hard time remembering most of our shows together, to be honest with you. It's been sort of a self-deprecating escapade for me.
Okay, Ralph.
Yeah. No, I mean it's not really good. It's not great for me, but I've enjoyed every show we've ever done.
Well,
but I have a hard time quantifying what's good and what's bad because I've laughed almost every show. I've learned at least a handful of those shows.
The Milker interview was. I will say I actually, believe it or not, I listened back to the Milker show fairly recently, and it started off good, but as soon as we opened up the Discord for people to come in, that was when things.
Yeah, it was very unprofessional, and that was like my first real get as producer because Milker started making videos as a result.
Dan, Sean wants you to add him.
Okay, yeah, I'll. Okay, is he on Discord or
I don't know. Add him on here again. I think he was.
Anyway,
through the melon call.
Well, no, I know that. I just need to send him the link. That's
sent to him on Discord. He sent me the message on Discord.
Okay,
he's always on the Discord.
Okay, let me. Yeah, I mean the Vickers interview has to be personally for me that's my favorite. I know we just did it.
Yeah, it's hard to say that it is our best show because we literally just did it, but it does kind of feel like it because it was measured. I tried to not get super drunk and go over the top, which I started to. I got tired.
Hold on.
More tired than drunk. But
Sam, I'm sending
definitely
you
a little bit of both.
something. I'm sending you something on Discord, Sam. When you get a chance, take a look. I think.
But yeah, no, the Vickers show was good. I felt like there was a lot of laughs all around.
Yeah.
The subject spanned many different topics.
Fuck, where are you on here?
Apex, did you happen to, were you able to watch the after show
The fuck?
podcast?
Or the post. I started to watch it. The post Vickers show that you did a couple days after.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I watched a little bit of it, but I had to go to work and I never finished. I think I watched the first 20, 30 minutes or so.
Okay, Alex, what am I looking at here?
Are you able to see it?
No, hold on here.
Let me take a screenshot. Or let me save the image.
Oh shit!
I'll send it to you.
I'm gonna have to bail before too long, fellas. But
it's not letting you see it. Look at the message on the top. That's what Sean's getting.
Oh, it's saying that he's already in here. Just not. Oh, okay.
Finally, is this ass blast working now?
Yeah, I've never used this app before.
Bruh, I see why they call it Melon.
Yes, it is. Hey,
I was on my desktop PC, and I had all the privacy permissions set correctly so that it would pick up my mic and it would not pick it up. But on my Mac, it works, no problem.
I don't know, man. I think you had something fucky.
And I heard somebody shitting on Mac when I first dropped in.
Dude, I'm on my PC. It's not giving me an
issue. That because the only one it's working on is my Mac.
Well, listen. As long as we're going off on rants, fuck Google for ending Google Hangouts. I mean,
I thought they still have that.
Not Google Hangouts on air.
The on-air feature, yeah.
Which, let's be honest,
is the best part.
Yeah, that was actually how Apex and I we used to do all those streams with Mr. Carlos Danger.
Nice. I want to say nice work on getting to 14 years. That's pretty impressive.
Thank you. I was a little child when I started this thing, right? Or I looked like one at least.
Little baby boy.
So, Sean, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask? This is
time out. Hold on, time out. Before Sean asks those questions, I want to say, regrettably, good night to both you, Sammy, and the chat, and everybody in the call. Because as usual, I have to fucking work in the morning. But
okay.
I was very happy. I'm very happy to be here always, Sammy, and I'm happy for you for all your years, and I hope they continue forward. And chat, have a great rest of your weekend. Everybody else in the call, have a good weekend. I love you guys. See you later.
Well, thank you. Cheers for
That's
Apex.
why he's mounted at the soundboard.
So, yeah, we have a soundboard now.
Sean, we need to get one of those. Get on his level.
I don't have an actual soundboard yet, but I want to get one. I can't afford one yet. By the way,
one topic I want to talk about tonight real quick because I actually have to go in about half an hour. But I know you want to talk about
feel
this.
Feel free. Yeah.
Take a guess.
Taylor Hawkins.
No, actually, because I don't care for the Foo Fighters. Hot take. But that is sad. Kino Casino.
Oh
Have we all
yeah.
caught up on the Kino casinos?
Seen a few of them.
I, to be honest, I only caught part of it last night.
Yeah, I didn't see last night yet, but from what I've gathered, because I mean, I've stopped following some of these guys closely after Nick, and I what happened. So after that stuff happened, I've kind of just been very out of tune with things, just not really keeping up. But I don't even know about having saw these other sort of Groiper type people. I really don't follow any of them. When I follow is Nick, but I didn't realize just how bad things were going for all these people. They're all begging for money. Beardson went off on this rant and was like dropping the N-bomb all the time, and kept just. Oh, that was funny when Trump said that. Did you guys see the Trump when he was doing an interview? He's like, Putin. He kept saying the N-word, the N-word, nuclear. He's literally doing that, but Beardson wasn't saying nuclear. He's going off on all these rants, and then Baked is like 30 grand in debt, which is a lot for him because he doesn't have a job, and his super chats that he's begging for aren't coming in at all. He's depressed. He tries to do this RV thing that is total failure because it's too expensive. And when they were trying to repair it, it cost like $700. But then they had to repair the thing that they need to repair it with. So that's all I've seen. Is there any big stuff I missed?
He's trying to get. So you're saying he's trying to get RV7 going on? Is that what I'm?
Well, he's doing this RV tour where he's trying to like.
Well,
the point of it is we're doing some RV tour with him, and it's not even going to have him because he can't afford to do it.
Well, the last time he did an RV tour, he pepper sprayed everyone and
that's good optics.
Yeah,
autistic.
Well, actually, Sean, it's a good thing that you're here because speaking of the America First movement, which my guest last week, Mr. Vickers, said that it should really be called the Me First movement.
Oh, it's so true.
Because that's how these guys think. So the last Kino Casino I caught was after the Beardson stuff. So there's this new kid at America First. I don't know his name, but I don't know his full name.
Oh,
but I
is
guess
this the one that admits to shitting his band?
Yes, Dalton.
He acts like there's no shame in it, like unironically.
So
he's like, every gamer has that moment. I'm like,
what?
When?
So okay.
Unironically autistic.
These guys just are looking really bad. I'm telling that for constructive criticism because this is just a bad look. Nobody likes you when you say this shit. Nobody likes incels. Yeah. Nobody likes pants shitters.
So Sean, I kind of have to somewhat apologize for you because I know I give you so much shit for being a Zoomer, and I know I give you I give you so much shit about being a Zoomer in general, but
the superior generation, yeah.
But Sean, I mean, to be fair, these are the people. Like, would you say that it's the superior generation? I get that you're partially trolling, but these are the people who are like repping Zoomers as like some some great generation, and so you know,
not helping.
Yeah, and so it's just like how the millennials got blamed for being like a bunch of slackers and whatnot, right? Like, if the millennials are all slackers, then the Zoomers are being repped by a bunch of pants shitters, basically.
Well, the joke is like people think when on the right they'll say, well, the Zoomers are like this, and they always refer to Groypers, and I'm like, they're like not even representative of 90% of Zoomers, but they are the face of Zoomers in some of these circles, which is bad. Because, like, this Dalton guy's a good example. I mean, did you see any Kino Casinos, Alex? The recent
No,
one?
not the recent ones. I tried to go and watch the one who was like with like the fat dude who like showed his ass on stream or something.
Yeah,
I
apparently he
can't
did,
stand that.
yeah.
I can't stand that guy.
Yeah, I don't like him
Oh yeah,
either. I just like
PGP.
Worski.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
funny. He's stupid, but he's funny.
Worski might actually be coming on the. I'm trying to get him on the show at some point. Just because I think he would be a really like funny guest, if nothing else. But yeah, the whole thing with like Dalton bragging at like shitting his pants while gaming, and then
I can't get over that. That's just so stupid.
and then no, what's worse is he had people call in and like tell their stories of how and I'm just like why, like. And the thing
Wait. What's worse optics? Like literally praising Hitler or like talking about shitting your pants on a stream? Like it gets honestly, like, which one's fucking worse?
Hitler.
I mean Hitler, but I mean.
Yeah, but even Nazis aren't straight up like mentally retarded.
Is it me? I mean, I have some biases, but it seems like right around the falling out, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Everything is going down. Well, actually, it's really the documentary was the start of this, I think. But right around that time, it just feels like these guys have really declined.
Well,
it feels like they peaked with AFPAC, like the idea of AFPAC 3 and what it was going to have with all these speakers, and MTG was there. But it's like the fallout of that and the documentary, and then all this other shit.
Well, so part of me thinks that Nick is not purposely self-destructing, but like I feel like
I think he just doesn't care anymore, and that's dangerous.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. So essentially, I feel like Nick knows that he's going out. So I feel like he's doing like a Jim Morrison thing, kind of like, well, if I'm gonna go out, I'm just gonna go out in the craziest batshit way possible.
Yeah, literally shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think the problem that they're having is the infighting is getting worse, and it's happening in other rounds because a lot of people don't like Beardson. That's really the biggest problem is kind of him now, because he gets people kicked out of the movement, and that's part of the reason some people kind of like him, but it's really why some people don't. And he's kind of a man-child in the way he behaves with people. I mean, he collects Pokemon cards. I'm not making this up.
No, I know a lot of people. My brother, no, he sold some for a lot of money.
Well, at least he sold them. This dude collects them. He's very like whenever he argues with people, he just curses and yells at them. He doesn't really say anything substantive, and it's getting worse because apparently I didn't hear about this whole saga. But do you guys know of Culture War Criminal by chance?
Never heard of this person.
Yeah,
no.
Most people. He's like a rando, but what they did to him was pretty like weird. And Beardson kicked him out because he was bringing up legitimate criticisms, where he was saying stuff like, "Well, we can't build a movement off of just gaming." And they're like, "What are you talking about? You game?" He's like, "No. I'm saying you can't just game. It can't just be your only thing. You can't just be spending streaming all the time. You gotta be out there in the real world doing stuff." And he was also calling Nick out because I remember when this happened about a year ago, whatever it was, when Nick was kicked off of D Live and he had his site that he was developing, his AmericaFirst.live, he was like, oh, well, we're going to have a place where all my friends can join, everybody can join. It took a year after he started his thing, AmericaFirst.live, where he broadcasted after getting kicked off of D Live, till Cozy.tv was created, where now all these other people can join. And it wasn't until Cultural Criminal brought it up that all of a sudden it came about.
Well, so Sean, Apex asked me a pretty interesting question, which is, I mean, he was kind of playing devil's advocate, but he asked me, do I think I'm going to be still doing this in 15 years? And I kind of told him, because one thing that I get all the time, and I'm sure you guys get this, is, well, you guys are nobody. You don't have any subscribers. You're small, but
True.
and I get that a lot. But here's the thing: I might be small, but I've outlasted all. I've outlasted all of these. I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but I've outlasted a lot of these personalities. I've outlasted the Tea Party movement and a lot of the kind of young conservatives from that era. I'm I I outlasted Charlie Kirk in terms of relevance, and by the looks of things, I'm going to outlast Nick Fuentes, and I'm bringing you boys along with me for the ride. So,
Well, to be fair, I don't know if any of us are comparable to these people because they are national public figures.
I mean, for now, what I'm saying is, it's going to be out. It's going to be our turn soon. I think.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Even so, though, like in all honesty, like no one outside the internet really knows who Nick Fuentes is.
No.
There are a lot of people that know in politics. Kind of everybody in political circles
Hey,
knows who he is.
he was brought up on, like, didn't he have to go before Congress or something?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Well,
I will say, like a year ago or 2 years ago in 2019, it was not everybody knew who he was in politics, but I'm in a bunch of these chats with like these PA conservative people that are on the Hill and that are in offices. They all know who he is. They all don't like him. Some of them despise him, but everybody knows who he is now. Normies do not know who he is. Very few normies know who he is, though.
That's kind of my point. Is like, so yeah. When I say no one knows who he is, I mean like your normie conservative doesn't know who he is. Like,
yeah, he's not a household name, that's for sure. Unlike people like Alex Jones or Milo or Roger Stone or other people like that everybody knows who they are.
He had. Yeah, well, and like he's claimed to be like a household name. That's
he's
the
not.
thing.
He ain't.
And like my mom, who who's like and granted she's 65, so she is a boomer, but like she knows who Milo is. She knows who Gavin is. She knows who she knows who Alex Jones is. She has no idea who like Nick or Worski or.
Well, Worski definitely not. Like it'd be like blood sports. He's not even really a political figure.
Or Baked Alaska is, or.
That's the biggest bullshit that Beardson keeps saying. I know in Worski's case this is true, but Beardson is always saying, oh, I'm not political. Oh, I don't do politics. I'm just friends with Nick. Literally everything Beardson talks about is political. Everyone he hangs out with is political. Everything he does is political. I mean, Andy Worski's completely different from that, but Beardson is constantly giving his opinions on stuff. It's like, dude, just be real with people. That dude's something else, man. The more you dig into him.
Now see, the thing with me is, like I am political, but I also get bored. I also get bored with politics too, somewhat. Which I think we all do.
It's a boom and bust cycle. Like, sometimes like during the Trump presidency was really interesting, and then like right after he lost, that was it was pretty bad. Then now it's heating up again with World War III and COVID and shit.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
kind of goes like that. It's waves.
I'm gonna go grab some cookies. I'll be right back.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm eating my late night dinner, my grub. Now that I'm out of the wagey cage.
Ooh, well, I'm glad you.
Wagey, gotta get out of my cagey.
Well, hey, at least you're a wagey instead of like a grifter, though.
Yeah, some dude just plays video games and lives in his mom's basement and shits his pants.
And then begs for super chats to get out of 30 grand debt.
Oh my god.
I
Fucking
mean,
people these days.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing too is like, like if people can donate to the show and whatnot, like that's great. But if you can't, you can't. I'm not gonna. The whole hate your audience thing, to me is weird. Like a lot of these streamers, unironically, hate their audience.
Well, you know who does that? It's fucking something that Chris Chan does. It's like something that a literal like motherfucker does. Like, who doesn't know shit? Yeah, it's stupid. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. That's like the number one rule of life.
Yeah, but all of these streamers do it, and what's sad is, well, I mean, not all streamers, but when I say all these streamers, I mean like all of like the internet blood sports streamers do it, and all the uh AF streamers.
I think Jim's pretty good about not doing it, but no, I get what you're saying. Like, it's become like a meme. I think like some did it once as a joke, and then people are unironically doing it.
Well, yeah, Jim is kind of a different story because Jim has basically been around since the internet as we know it has kind of been around, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he's an OG.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I actually call Jim the internet the internet's dad, basically. I mean, I know that the Daddy Jim meme is kind of a thing, but like,
He was like the original like shit poster,
Yeah.
And it's gonna be sad because like he's a dying breed at this point, and there's not really. I'm just talking about Jim. It's really no one. I mean, there's a few people who are like kind of like him, but people really can't become that anymore.
Well,
like the internet back then, you used to be able to get away with a lot of shit you can't even touch now.
So true.
I mean, more than just shit posting though. I mean, look, the thing about me is like I don't really put on like a persona, for the internet. Like when I started doing this show, like I basically was like trying to parody. I was basically like trying to imitate Rush Limbaugh, and then I had a friend kind of like, like 7 or 8 years ago, kind of like smack me upside the head and be like, dude, just be you. And so I've kind of done that, and yeah. So yeah, I'm just me. So
have you shit your pants on stream or shown your asshole?
Only for super chats. Like, I can't believe that too. Like, well, I don't know what the like fat dude's deal is, because like it's the first thing I hear about him. He's annoying. He's whiny. He looks like who's the dude from Superbad, the fat guy from Canada?
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a fatter version of Jonah Hill.
Why does he do this with him of all people?
because I think he won someone who wasn't really political, because he kept like getting this bad rep from like other people, and I think he kind of scared away a lot of people as well, because he's done some pretty stupid shit in the past. Because like Worski, like my God, like he lit his fucking nipple on on a fucking video. Like, who does that? And then like you had someone like pull out a gun on someone on like a live stream. He's done some pretty stupid shit before. Yeah, and he ended up like getting sent to jail.
Yeah, but
like
also,
they're running
like,
around saying the N-word or something, and someone like threatened them, and he had his friend like pull out a gun.
Aim, aim, aim.
Yep, that meme. That's where that comes from.
Well, what's crazy is that people will make fun of Milo. That guy's gay, or was gay,
Well,
and he's never done asshole on stream or shit his pants. Never.
Well, like
He's gay.
I've like, I mean, the shitting your pants thing is like that is bizarre. Like, I'm still sort of just processing that, because I would like, it's just something you don't think anyone would actually do. It's like, why?
It's for me. It's not so. For me, it's not even so much that, but like what gets me is the fact is that these people are bragging about it too. Like, why? Why is that something that you would brag about?
Well, I guess they're taking the internet autist meme a little bit too far.
And then have people like call in and brag about it.
Like, they literally think like the Tendies thing is real. Like that Tendies meme, they're making that their life.
Steel in the chat says, not pooping your pants is a cope. Sure, Mr. Steele. Whatever you say.
I don't know why the guy. I don't know why the guy showed his asshole.
PPP.
It was probably for a super chat.
I mean,
I expect that out of like a girl on OnlyFans, but like this dude, like, come on, no one's.
Well, to be fair, I mean, I had someone super chat me once and be like, take your shirt off on stream, and I wasn't going to do it, but then I was also like, you know what, I'm gonna do it just because it's so unexpected. So I did it, and it was a laugh.
Well, you're a guy. That's different. Like, you
nothing.
you don't show like an asshole. Like, you go to the beach. There's people who, like that's never okay.
Yeah. Also, are you am I hearing PPP in the background, or
it's not me?
I want to see Nick and Worski debate. That'd be epic here at Blood Sports.
I mean, I'd love to see. Well, no, it's not. It's not going to happen because of legal reasons. But I would love to see. I would love to see Ethan Ralph and Vicious Vickers debate, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, Ethan Ralph's another one of them. Jesus.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know if you tuned in last week, but I was telling Alex that I had on Vicious Vickers, who is the father of Faith Vickers, who is the first chick that Ralph knocked up.
Yeah, I should have paid attention. That would have been fun. So, that would have been fun.
Steely says PPP showed his starfish because he wasn't getting enough attention.
Like, I just hate that dude's fucking voice. It's like, okay, guys, I show my asshole on stream. I'm not gay.
He is kind of annoying. He brings up some stupid points sometimes. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, but and what's even more frustrating is, like, how do these guys get more viewers then like
Well, because he has Worski. I think he's like Worski's wingman.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have like the person make Worski look good because he looks like he looks like shit. It's a wingman.
okay, well, I don't mean just him though, but like, how do any of these weirdos like Worski or any of these?
Well, I mean,
Because
they were part of the blood sports crowd back in the day.
Yeah.
yeah, I know, but like, well, the way Apex explained Bloodsport is it's basically like pro wrestling, but on
No, it's like Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Mm.
Pro wrestling, if only it was that tame.
They just sort of just shit talk each other, and
And
it's
you-
sort of not even really around anymore because like YouTube banned it, and then Ralph did his shit, then Tonka Saw did his shit. Like they all had like things fuck up.
Yeah.
Remember the boxing match that Worski was going to do with Tonka?
That was funny.
Well,
No, he went there and just Tonka didn't show up, and he just walked up stage. He claimed victory.
I know.
Well, Baked Alaska challenged Mersh to a boxing match.
Oh, nice. Let's go,
but-
Yoba.
Well, but then Mersh literally like waddled away, and
Did he just not do it, or did he go there and just like?
He's probably scared Bake would pepper spray him.
I can show you the clip. Let me pull it up.
And like, what sort of dude pepper sprays someone? Like, that's literally something else Chris Chan does.
Well, Baked Alaska, he's been through a lot of crazy shit. He's had a coke addiction. I believe
Andy Worski, I think, was involved with some of the coke shenanigans.
Yeah, he had a coke addiction too.
Because him and that the RuneScape guy, what's his name, Ice Poseidon, and he apparently did some sort of scam recently.
Well, no, the other thing with Bake too, I could tell from these recent streams is that he has a lot of mental health issues. Clearly has depression. Clearly has some sort of, I don't want to say antisocial thing, but it's like a discipline disorder where you just don't follow discipline.
Oppositional defiance disorder.
That's what it is. Yeah, I can tell you something like that. So he's just a big mess, and now he's in debt like you wouldn't believe, and he can't get out of it. And he's got the feds on him, and and that's something that they were bringing up with Bake too. I forget. Cultural Criminals bring that up to him IRL because Baked Alaska. You guys remember what happened with him with January 6th, right?
Oh yeah.
So he gets arrested, but after a short bit of time, he's just let out, and he's let out with an ankle bracelet. And right out, I think it was at his sentencing trial or around it, he got it taken off, and that was it. And Cultural Criminals questioning him. He's like, "Hey, can you explain why that was taken off so quickly, whereas all these other people are still rotting in jail, not even at their sentencing trial yet?" And Baker got triggered and yelled at him.
He's an informant. He's
he's admitted that he was offered it. I remember when he was doing an interview with Milo. Milo was interviewing him right before his YouTube channel got axed. Bake said to him, Milo asked him, like, have the feds offered you anything? And he said, yeah. And Milo said, were you going to take it? And he says, honestly, I don't know.
What does Baked even really know? What the fuck is he? Was he going to be able to inform? He just went over there to go and be like a shitposting live streamer. I doubt he's got
he's in all these circles. He knows all these people.
Oh, God. Yeah, he's kind of like getting whacked by like fucking Beardson. Someone like him. I could see it.
Yeah.
These
guys are a mess. I mean, it's a mess, this movement. When you look at it from in here, the inside secrets, it is a mess.
Yeah, it really is. It really is a mess. All right, so.
Are you pulling it up, Yoba?
So here is the.
Let's go.
Here's the video. Baked Alaska issues a challenge to Mersh. Now I don't know if Now I mean I know I've told you guys a little bit about Mersh, but Mersh is basically the guy who who basically like LARPed
He's
as
your
like
fanboy.
he's my fanboy, and he wants to bring Internet Blood Sports back so bad, but anyway, so Bake challenged him to a fight.
Big,
and
it's Pod Awful.
500 views.
Let's get
every
that
single
fight
time.
going. Hell yeah! Is that really you? Let's fucking go,
And the
dude.
world knows
If
who's
that's
boss.
you, I want Pod
Millions
Awful
of views.
to
Millions of views.
be the
The servers
announcer.
won't even
Maybe
be
like
able to
Pod
keep
Awful
up.
and Ralph or some shit. I don't know if you guys get along, but it'd be great to have both of you.
I respect that, Moose. Yo, thank you.
It'd be crazy. It is. Email me podawful.
Can you guys hear this?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Email. Okay. Hey. What? Serge? I think Serge. Can someone just DM me his email, and we'll make it happen. Let's go. Shout out to Pod Awful, by the way. Fucking dope ass dudes. They had me on their podcast back in back with Brittany Venti back in like 2017.
Oh God, her
so,
too.
Mersh would never box Baked. Why not? He said he was gonna fight me.
Hey, Chet.
I challenged him to a fight last night. He waddled his fucking penguin ass away. Dude, guys, here's the thing. Like, I knew that people were. I knew that Mersh was fat. I didn't know he was that fat.
Really? From Revenge of the Sith.
What the?
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
What are you doing?
Who it is, Mersh? This is Tampa.
Wow.
Well, look who you're talking to.
Yeah. Damn, you're fat as fuck. Holy shit.
I mean, look fair.
Yeah.
Camera.
No, I'm great.
You ain't showing LA.
Oh yeah, why don't you fight me, bitch? Talk some more shit. Yeah.
I mean, are you trying to do that right now?
Yeah. Oh, he runs like a coward. Oh, like a coward. Fucking coward. Fat fuck. Mersh like a coward. He won't fight me. Dude, I couldn't believe he's so fucking fat. This guy's been talking shit to me on the internet for like the past 5 years. Holy shit.
He's checking.
I just challenged him to a fight. Pussy ass bitch! Pussy ass bitch! He said something.
If he challenged to a fight,
Yeah.
you knew who he was. Why did you even
Huh?
say it? Why didn't
What?
you just clean this clock and then say motherfucker?
Because I'm on probation. So you can't do things like that. It was fucking crazy. Like this dude is the
probation.
So yeah, so that's Mersh, and yes, he really is that fat. There's like a whole 5-hour live interview of Porcelain, who made the Owen Benjamin documentary, and Mr. Medicare laughing at Mersh for like 5 hours straight.
Yes, I couldn't watch the whole thing, but I watched part of it. It's a little bit too long for my taste.
And Mersh, Sean, is the guy who was like trying to go after me and dox
Oh
me.
yeah, I remember this guy.
Yeah, during the time
This is a
when
new Owen Benjamin.
yeah.
Drink.
I can't drink tonight. I had to wake up. I had to wake up in the morning pretty early.
Yeah, and I don't have any. I don't have a beer with me, but yeah, while you were getting attacked by the Penn State didn't a professor recently try and dox you, Sean?
We need to talk about that. Sort of. I don't know if it's what you're thinking of, but I posted in our Discord. Elijah Schaefer shared a thing about that professor who he attacked the unmasked Penn State protests in the past, saying that they should all be expelled. And I think he attacked me over the Milo event or something. I forget what that one. I can't tell because his Twitter's private. It's like that's why I can't remember this shit. But he then said some crazy shit where he basically said Trump should have been assassinated. And Elijah Schaefer picked it up, which is significant because I can't say on stream, but you guys know why.
Oh yeah, we know why.
I was like, let's go. He knows some of the Penn State lore. That'll come in handy.
Yeah, well, your school has, kind of been ground zero for a couple of these you know,
for quite a bit of things.
Yeah, some big
well,
things.
and then what's funny is people is because I know you guys and because I know Jeff, people automatically who don't know me and who don't know my background, they think that I'm like a Penn State alumni.
Oh,
And so
has Jeff said anything recently about us?
not about you guys. He still doesn't want to. He still doesn't want to come on stream if Apex is here because he thinks that Apex is a bad dude for because
With
Apex made.
swastika.
Joke with the Nazi and the LGBT
He thinks he's a bad hombre.
flag.
Yeah, yeah.
Funny.
Apparently, and I quote. No, Sam. I like dark humor as much as anyone, but that's just not funny. Which to me, Apex having the pride swastika, like, yeah, that is dark humor, but like that's peak dark humor in my book.
Yeah, this was like back in the day with like, you know, who was that guy? Mel Brooks. I could see him putting that shit in a fucking movie.
Oh yeah,
because he made fun of like he did shit like that all the time. You know, minus like the gay probably gay Nazis, I think.
No, though. I mean, Jeff is still cool with you guys and thinks that Sean's awesome for inviting him to the Milo thing.
Well, I think he hates Phil or something.
Wait, what did you say about the Milo event?
Yeah. Oh, I was just saying. Jeff told me that he thinks that you're awesome because you invited him.
I invited him to pray the gay away.
Yes,
pretty much. So
I'm glad I wanted people like him there because somebody's open-minded.
But it didn't work. Just kidding.
Yeah, we didn't pray hard enough. Kidding.
Hey, that's okay. More pussy for me and for you.
Well, no, there's less if there's yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah.
So,
well, you will get more because you're friends with him, and gay guys always hang out with girls all the time. So.
Yeah. He's the one guy that doesn't though. So
respect.
Steely says Apex is very dangerous. Yes. We know this. But yeah, I mean that whole Milo event that was fun just to watch, even to kind of like know the inside baseball, but then just to watch the unfold from kind of like an insider/outsider perspective. So
yeah, it was fucking lit. It was lit. We're gonna have a lit event coming up soon that I'm gonna announce in about 2 weeks. We're gonna announce the next one. It's gonna be we're gonna kind of go bigger in some ways. The names may not be as big, but it's for some people. But the event or events plural will be making this whole thing bigger, which will be fun. And then in the fall, we have something very exciting planned that is somebody that's never been on a campus that's super big. Spring, I have no plans for yet, but I do need to think of something.
Yeah. So.
It'll be lit. I will have to go in a minute, though, but
yeah,
nice coming on.
And I think I'm going to wrap up the show here soon, because I mean it's been like almost 2 hours and 30 minutes, so I think we've had a pretty good show. But I mean, thank you guys. I think we've known each other for about 5 years now, is it, or 6?
It's been a while.
4.
Okay, yeah, it's been about 4 or 5. So
I can actually figure this out because I can look on our channel.
Ooh.
I can see it was Versa Media. So we had sticks on.
Yeah, you guys used to like actually have like a full blown radio show.
Yeah, you can get cool
Yeah.
people when you have a radio show. A lot easier than if you have a podcast.
That's right.
Size for size.
It was two. Oh, it's been 2. Is it only been 2
No,
years?
it's been longer than 2 years. We went in before the pandemic.
Oh, it's 3 years. This was from June 19th of 2019. Yeah, I thought it was in 2019.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's been a heck of a ride, gentlemen. So thank you for supporting me. Really appreciate it. So
It's been fun knowing you, you know?
So, yeah. All right, well, gentlemen, with that, I think we'll wrap up the show. So, folks, I want to thank all of you, whether you've been here from the beginning or whether you just subscribed for supporting me. And really appreciate all of you guys. So, thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next week for the Whitfield Report. Same bat time, same bat channel. And have a good evening, folks, and thanks for tuning in.
All right, see ya.
Thanks for listening to The Whitfield Report on the NGC Network. Please visit Sam's website at www.thesamwhitfield.com and support Sam on Patreon at patreon.com/Whitfield Report. Until next time, God bless, God save this great nation, and God, freedom, legacy, in that order.